Welcome to the part 3 of our video exploring the CSC's quasi-judicial and quasi-legislative functions. First is the quasi-legislative power. So the quasi-legislative authority of the civil service are first the issuance of resolutions and circulars to guide the human resource actions nationwide. Second is the policies and flexible work arrangements. Third is the merit-based promotion guidelines. So the CSC exercises its quasi-legislative power by formulating policies that standardize human resource practices across all government agencies. For instance, the adoption of flexible work arrangements was institutionalized to enhance work-life balance among civil servants. Additionally, the Civil Service Commission has established comprehensive guidelines to ensure that promotions within the civil service are merit-based, fostering a culture of excellence and fairness.
Quasi-legislative authority of CSC. There are three example cases. First is the CSC-MC number 10 S 2020 Revised Interim Guidelines on Alternative Work Arrangement or the AWA. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the CSC issued these guidelines to institutionalize flexible work arrangement such as work from home and skeleton workforce setups. This move highlights CSC's quasi-legislative power in setting uniform rules across government agencies to ensure continued service delivery and employee safety. Another case example is the CSC Resolution number 210064, Omnibus Rules on Appointments and Other Human Resource Actions, or the ORAOHRA, revised 2018. This resolution updated the policies on recruitment, appointment, and other personnel actions. It unified and clarified appointment rules across agencies, showing how CSC legislates HR policy nationwide. And the last example is the CSCMC number 24 S 2017, Guidelines on the Filing and Submission of Sounds. This circular standardized how civil servants file their sounds, reinforcing ethical standards and transparency across government offices.
Specific issuances by the CSC provide detailed guidelines on various HR actions. For example, the CSC Resolution number 18000692 addresses the appointment by promotion of employees previously found guilty in administrative cases. So, ensuring that such promotions are handled with due consideration of past infractions. So similarly, the Memorandum Circular number 14 S 2018 offers clarifications on the same subject, promoting consistency and fairness in promotional appointments.
Sample insurances. There are three case examples. First is CEC Resolution number 1800692, 2018. This resolution clarifies that an employee with a prior administrative penalty can still be appointed through promotion after completing the penalty, provided the behavior has been corrected. This emphasized rehabilitation over perpetual punishment, ensuring the fairness, supporting insurances. The second example is the CEC MC number 12S 2017 revised rules on administrative cases in the civil service. RACCS streamlined procedures for administrative cases and clarified penalties, helping agencies handle cases with fairness and due process. And the third and last example is the CEC Resolution number 2000541, Nepotism in Appointments. This resolution was issued after finding nepotistic practices in local government units. It emphasizes the importance of observing anti-nepotism rules in all appointments.
Quasi-judicial authority. Quasi-judicial functions of the CEC. First, adjudication of personal cases. Second, handling appeals on promotions, suspensions, and dismissals. Third and last, decisions are final and executory, subject to some Supreme Court review. Beyond policy making, the CEC functions as a quasi-judicial body adjudicating disputes related to personal actions such as promotions, suspensions, and dismissals. Its decisions are binding and enforceable under underscoring its critical role in maintaining integrity and accountability within the civil service framework.
Quasi-judicial function of the CSC. There are three example cases. First, CSC case number 13-05001, dismissal appeal case. An employee who was dismissed due to habitual tardiness appealed the decision. After evaluation, the CSC found procedural lapses in how the agency handled dismissal and reinstated the employee. This showcased the CSC's power to review and overturn unjust personnel decisions. And the second is the GR number 178683 CSC v. Maala 2008. The Supreme Court affirmed the CSS jurisdiction in resolving appeals involving government-owned and controlled corporations, reinforcing CSC's adjudicatory reach. And the third is CSC case reinstatement of employee due to lack of due process. That's 2020. A regional agency failed to conduct a proper hearing before dismissing an employee. CSC voided the dismissal, showing its role in protecting civil servants' rights.
Handling cases, the management of administrative cases. First, legal department's role in case management. Second, issuance of subpoenas. Third, enforcement of compliance through contempt powers. The Civil Service Legal Department is tasked with managing a multitude of administrative cases annually. It ensures due process by issuing subpoenas and has the authority to enforce compliance to contempt powers, thereby upholding the rule of law within the civil service.
Handling cases. There are three handling cases. CSC versus Dacoicoy, GR number 135805 2000. The Supreme Court upheld CSC's authority in issuing subpoenas and enforcing its decisions in administrative cases. The ruling reinforced CSC's power to compel attendance and documentation in proceedings. Another example of EGR number 198457 CSC versus Mendoza 2014. The CSC dismissed a government employee for falsifying credentials. The Supreme Court upheld CSC's authority to discipline based on evidence. The last example is case misuse of leave credits by LGU officials in 2019. CSC found an official manipulating leave records through case investigations and subpoena powers. The CEC filed charges and issued a suspension.
Civil Service Resolution example. Landmark Civil Service Resolutions. First, case study. Reassignment without due cause. Second, the Civil Service ruling in the favor of employee rights. A notable example of the Civil Service adjudicatory role is a case where an officer was assigned without justifiable cause. The Civil Service ruled in favor of an employee, reinforcing the protection of civil servants' right against arbitrary personal movements.
CAC resolution example. There are three example cases. CAC resolution number 1302242. Arbitrary resignment. An employee was resigned without valid cause, perceived as a punishment. CAC ruled that resignment must be backed by a valid reason, and in this case, we favor the employee, emphasizing that personal movements must not be used as tools of harassment. Another example of cases, CEC Resolution number 991936, discrimination in promotion. A pregnant employee was denied promotion. CEC ruled the decision was discriminatory and ordered reconsideration, upholding gender equality in the workplace. Last example, CEC Resolution number 100723, undue delay in promotion. A qualified employee was passed over due to favoritism. CEC ordered the agency to correct irregularity and promote rightful candidate.
The Civil Service Administrative Procedure. First step, step from complaint filing to appeal. Second step, emphasis on transparency and rule of law. The CEC established clear and transparent procedures for handling administrative matters, from the initial filing of complaints to appeal process. This structured approach ensures that all parties receive fair treatment, reinforcing trust in the civil service system.
Administrative procedures. There are three example cases. First, case of anonymous complaint against a government manager. A complaint was filed anonymously regarding abuse of authority. CAC accepted the complaint based on substantial evidence, followed due process, and suspended the official after the investigation. It showed how even anonymous complaints are protected under structured CAC procedures. The second example is delay in processing appointments in any agency 2021. So CEC received a complaint about the delay in releasing appointment papers. It issued a directive for compliance and reminded agencies to adhere to timeliness requirements. And the last example is failure to notify of disciplinary actions. An employee was suspended without official notice or explanations. CEC ordered nullification of the penalty and directed the agency to observe due process.
The CEC advisory role in governance. Advising the President on personnel matters. Proposing reforms for workforce policies. Acting as both regulators and reformers. Beyond its regulatory functions, the CEC serves as a key advisor to the President on personnel management issues, proposing reforms that shape national workforce policies. This dual role, both regulator and reformer, enables the CEC to drive continuous improvement within the civil service.
Rule in governance. There are three example cases. Proposal of the program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management, or Prime HRM. CSC proposed and now implements Prime HRM, a reform that evaluates government agencies' HR practices and rewards excellence. It reflects CSC's proactive role in shaping better workforce standards. Second, CSC's Advisory and Mental Health and Wellness Programs, 2021. CSC advised agencies to integrate mental health policies in HR systems, reflecting each proactive role in shaping inclusive and responsive governance. Third, collaboration with DBM on Executive Order Number 201 implementation, Salary Standardization Law 4. CSC provided input to ensure HR policies match the restructured salary and position classification nationwide.
Ensuring accountability in civil service, auditing appointments, reviewing statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth or SALINs, investigating non-compliance. To uphold integrity within the civil service, the CEC implements robust accountability mechanism. This includes auditing appointments to ensure adherence to merit-based principles, scrutinizing SALINs to detect and prevent corruption, and investigating instances of non-compliance to enforce disciplinary measures where necessary.
Accountability mechanism. There are three case examples. First is the Salin case of Malordes Sereno, former Chief Justice. While not directly prosecuted by CSC, the issue of Sereno's in- incomplete SALINs highlighted the importance of SALIN review in ensuring transparency. CSC, being the central personnel agency, provides guidance on proper filing and compliance. The another example is the case dismissal of employee for falsified civil service eligibility. CEC audited records and found forged eligibility documents. The individual was disqualified and removed, showing CEC's strict enforcement of rules. The last example is the CEC audit on midnight appointments after national elections. CEC reviewed mass appointments during the elections ban and nullified many illegal ones, ensuring compliance with elections-related personnel rules.